Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade, the Buffyverse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts, I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
And James, this week, my friend, we are going to bondage our way into Season 7, Episode 14, First Date.
What?
Surprise butt sex.
Surprise butt sex. Yes, we will be, bondaging our way into that episode. It's weird. It's really weird.
James, it's been ages and ages. So,
It has been.
Tell us all how the fuck you're doing, how the fuck you are, and please keep it brief.
Good.
Okay. I too am good.
Oh, I didn't ask.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. So
no, I'm glad you're doing well.
Are you though?
I
Are
am.
you though?
I am.
Are you?
I
Are
am.
you?
I am.
Are you?
I am.
Okay. James, it's time to take our weekly trek into the weeds, so to speak.
To boldly go where no person has gone before.
Oh no, a lot of people have gone here before.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not even remotely original. Aliens, are they here? Go.
Like currently, or have they been here?
Either.
I definitely think they've been here. I don't know if they're currently like walking amongst us, but I think we've been visited. I think the government knows way more than they're saying.
Actually, okay, let me start by saying, because this is a huge topic for me. I'm deeply into this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I will start by saying I do not believe the government, so to speak, is really keeping much of anything from us, because I don't believe, quote-unquote, the government is really in charge of all these black site programs, as has been noted in many documentaries and by many legit whistleblowers, including, I forget the guy's name that was just in front of Congress, what was that, like a year and a half ago, that just blew the fucking lid off this.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's not the government. I mean, Senate and Congress know shit. There's only a few people in the absolute highest tier levels of like Senate joint committees on blah, blah, blah that know anything. This shit is so black and so off the fucking books. 'Cause he was talking about, listen, there's X amount of millions of dollars that just vanish every year from the defense budget that is just drained into these programs. So I'm not gonna say that the quote unquote government is keeping, because I think a lot of them, including presidents, have been kept completely in the dark, or mostly in the dark.
I agree, and I'll tell you why. I wasn't sure of it until the current administration, because without a doubt, if this dumb fuck in office right now knew anything about aliens, he would have blurted that shit out already.
Oh, he is 100% a perfect example of a type of president they will tell nothing to.
Yes.
Obama, he was just on a podcast within the last 6 months or so, and he was asked, which he's been asked multiple times, and he said the same thing. He said, I'm telling you, it and they are real. He said, but that's about the size of what I know, and that's the truth. He's like, of course there are some top secret classified things I was told that I can't share. He's like, but it's not much more in depth than me saying it's real and they're here. Now, I would like to go a little further, James, and state that I have... How do I word this? I am on the fence as far as what and where... what they are and where they're from.
Okay.
And I mean on the fence, because I'm like 50% in each camp. One day I'm like, yeah, they're definitely from elsewhere in the solar system. Probably not our solar system. And then the next day I'm like, I don't know. I think they've been here all along. And I think they are simply another... Because we have, and you can watch documentaries about this on YouTube that have nothing to do with aliens, but we have a period of roughly, what was it, 2,700 years, I believe it was, that is completely unaccounted for as far as a single solitary shred piece of
historical record.
I mean, just nothing for like 2,700 years. So I am firmly on these certain days in the camp of, I believe they've been here probably longer than we have. And I believe that they may have jump-started our evolution from the ape into what we are now. And I think that they,
So you're a little bit of a ancient aliens theorist.
Although, but I gotta
a tinge.
Well, I gotta say, I'm more than a tinge. I'm like 50% there. Except, I'm not 100% sure if I think they are aliens or if they are an ancient civilization of this planet that has been here long before us and will probably be here long after us. Who are obviously vastly superior to us in as far as technology and fucking brain power. So yeah, I'm right on the fence there. But I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that something of non-human origin and far beyond our comprehension and understanding and etc. are on this planet, have been on this planet, etc. As far as how all the nitty-gritty details go and like, I don't know. I try to watch and read as much stuff as I possibly can, trying to uncover the truth, James.
Now, would you go so far as to say that, so ancient alien theorists theorize that ancient aliens were responsible for, building the pyramids. And stuff like that. Would you say you're that deep into it?
Well, again, I don't know that I'm convinced that they are aliens from another planet or another galaxy.
Gotcha.
But yes, I could 100%... I'm not saying I do or don't believe that, but I could 100% see that being the case. I mean, you can look... They have ancient Egyptian paintings, wall paintings and whatnot, that show these chariots in the sky and these strange-looking... whatever you want to call them, clearly not human... that are there, showing them things, teaching them, showing them writings, and blah 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 blah. So yeah, it wouldn't at all rock my world to find out, oh, they showed them how to build this pyramid. They may have even helped them build these pyramids, or at the very least explained how to do it, because we can't even do it, not the way they did it.
Right.
And it's 2026 AD. So, there's a lot of things from the ancient world that we can't do. And also, going back to the whole, I think it's 2,700 years of just, of no historical, information whatsoever. Entire civilizations in that period of time utterly vanished. Just utterly vanished. We're talking the Mayans, the Aztecs, and I'm talking all over the world, huge civilizations that just gone,
Right.
vanished,
Right.
and they're just nothing, and it's just like, yeah, at this point in time, I just feel like there's been enough stuff seen by enough people, and we have, enough super credible whistleblowers who have come forward to discount something of non Homo sapien, uh, you know, diddling.
Diddle. Yeah, like so. Let me say, I think it would be the both the height of arrogance and stupidity to believe that we are alone in this vast galaxy.
Yeah,
Like, that's just there's no way.
yeah. Well, I agree 100%. But again, I'm not 100% sure that what has been here is from other parts of the galaxy. However, to think that we are the only ones, and because we can only see with our most powerful satellites and telescopes, we can only see a cunt hair of the universe. And to think that, it's just us, it's like, how fucking dumb is that? Why would there be 20 gajillion other, literally, planets and stars, but it's just us? I mean, we've already discovered with our limited little fucking play school telescopes, we've already discovered two more planets just recently that are in the Goldilocks zone of their solar systems that could very easily sustain life. So not necessarily our type of life,
Sure.
but it's just stupid. It's just people. It's the same kind of people who believe. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of something to compare it to, but it's the same kind of people who believe Trump is a good person, who would believe that. Nope,
Yeah.
it's just us. The Bible's told me. I'm like,
Right.
no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Right.
No, it didn't. Nowhere in the Bible does it say, P.S., it's just you guys. You're all alone. It's just you. Okay, bye.
Right.
You know?
Now that being said, as I said before, I do think that we have undoubtedly, very likely been visited by
Oh, goodbye.
extraterrestrials. Oh, I'm back. Um, we have been visited by extraterrestrial life. But
So you
to
believe they are extraterrestrial?
Well, but also to your point, I do believe that at some, I do believe that in our own ancient history, our own ancient past, we were far more advanced
Than we are now.
Maybe I don't want to say that than we are now, but than what history tells us we were or have been.
I believe we were more advanced than we are now in many ways. Not necessarily in all ways, but I believe there were many ways that we were advanced beyond where we are now. And I don't know, that might come into why basically everything just vanished at some point,
Right.
And, that might play into that. Maybe we somehow, fucking not nuked, but you know what I'm saying, just fucking vaporized ourselves.
So yes, I do think that at some point in our ancient past we were far more advanced than what history says we were. And I think I am a firm believer that we lost a lot of that with the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
Well, yeah. We lost tons of knowledge and information.
Exactly.
Hey, let's take all the world's most important shit and put it in one place.
So yeah, I do think, like, and we're talking just to give you an idea of where my mindset is, like I believe that at some point ancient civilizations had functioning electricity and light bulbs long before the light bulb and electricity were discovered.
Right. And I'm so glad you said discovered, because I hate when they say such and such invented the light bulb. No, nothing's been invented. Things have been discovered. The shit was already there.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate when they say, oh, Alexander Graham Bell invented the phone or the telegraph or whatever. And I'm like, or was it already there and he just cobbled some shit together and it worked? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I mean, to that point, I think to a degree, it's like electricity is there,
Yep.
As far as the light bulb goes, it's just a matter of harnessing it,
Right.
But yeah, I think, like I said, I think at some point in our ancient history, there were civilizations that were far more advanced than what history has led us to believe. And at some point, all that information and technology was lost to us, whether it be, I mean, civilizations crumble all the time. I mean, hell, we're seeing it right now in real time.
Yeah, but it never happened after that in such a way that, like, literally everything kind of crumbled. Because, like, the Mayans, none of their shit was destroyed, and, like, they just vanished.
Right,
like their fucking cities and their big, it was all still there. It was just like, no, they all just fucked off.
Right.
To where?
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
There's so many weird things like that, and it just, but it's always been, now we're all by ourselves. The Bible says God made us in His image. I'm like, fuck off. Can we please talk like adults for once? Why does everything have to go back to fucking Sky Daddy and Santa Claus and shit,
Wait, Santa Claus isn't real?
No, he's real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. And no, it's the Easter Bunny who's fake.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah. Nobody liked him anyway.
I don't believe in religious iconography. Like the Easter Bunny.
And who the fuck wants a giant rabbit walking through their house? Like, taking horse-sized rabbit shits all over your house?
Regular rabbit turds are bad enough. I don't need giant rabbit turds.
Right. And have you ever met a rabbit that's like cool, like ooh, I want to like hang out with that rabbit?
Bugs Bunny.
Nah, he's a fuckhead. I never liked him. I was always hoping Elmer Fudd was just gonna blow him to fucking smithereens and make rabbit stew. Yeah, Bugs Bunny's a bitch. Anyway.
But yeah, so hopefully I answered your alien questions in a manner that satisfies you.
It actually did. I thank you for taking me seriously. I don't talk about this stuff with a lot of people, but for about 20 fucking years, like, I have been obsessed with this, like, not just wanting to be like, I'm jumping on the conspiracy wagon. Like, I have watched and read an incalculable amount of things.
I used to gobble up ancient aliens like they were fucking like Twinkies, man. Like,
yeah.
So.
But I expanded so far out from there, and I feel like I'm kind of on the right track finally after like 20 fucking years. I finally, because there's so much misinformation, and a lot of these black programs literally have people out there who are misinformation agents, like who will talk about shit and like, oh yeah, it's real, man, and then they'll like tell you crazy shit that's not, just to have misinformation and. It takes you a long time. It took me a long time to figure out, to be able to spot somebody where I'm like, this guy's really sus, Yeah. And I started all my shit started with Roswell. And There's some really interesting shit there. There's just really quick, and we can move on. But there is a video on YouTube that a ufologist took in like very early 90s, maybe even 1990, with a gentleman from there in Roswell. And here's the thing: the Roswell landing, the Roswell crash, whatever you want to call it, wasn't even really in Roswell. It was like 18 miles outside of Roswell.
Right.
But anyway, a guy who he didn't run it, but he was a higher up of the local funeral home, and on the day of the day after the Roswell thing, he gets a call from the guy at the Air Force base out there, inquiring about all kinds of. You should watch the video because the guy is 100. He's like probably in his 70s. Like now he's way long dead, but when this video was taken, he's probably in his mid to late 70s, and he's just talking about the whole thing, and he's like, and he wanted to know about small caskets, like child-sized caskets. He wanted to know about how we would prepare certain bodies that had been exposed to the elements out in the desert for a day and a half, roughly. Mm-hmm. He wanted to know all these things, and then they called him back, and then he had a friend who was on the Air Force base who he went to talk with. She was a nurse, and she was having an absolute fucking meltdown because of some things she had seen in the autopsy room. She came running out of there at one point, and she didn't know he saw her, but she came running out and ran across the hall into a bathroom to throw up. And then they met up sometime later at a restaurant, and she was drawing a picture. She drew a picture of what they were dissecting in the hospital on the Air Force base in this morgue, and it was a classic, what they call a gray. Mm-hmm. And then the story basically ends with he's thrown off the base, told he's going to be in some serious shit if he doesn't fuck off. And then he's never able to contact her again, cannot find her for 20 some odd years, and they were good friends. Then he's finally gets some information, like, I think it was like 25 years later, from a Freedom of Information thing, I think, and he's informed that woman was deceased and had died like 2 years after he had saw her. And I'm like, that's sus as fuck, Right. I mean, it's just, yeah, and it's crazy. You should look it up sometime and watch it on YouTube. It's only about 40 minutes long, but it is fucking fascinating because this guy is a southwestern country guy. He don't have no skin in the game. He's going on 80 years old by this time, and he's just telling you what the fuck happened. And he's like, he never even says what he believes or what he thinks or anything. He just tells the story, and you're just like, okay, that's clearly a real, true story. That happened, and damn. Anyway, 24 minutes into the podcast, James, what do you say that let's air...
In conclusion, aliens are real, and you're all fools if you don't believe it.
Yes, you're all fools. Fools!
Fools, I tell you.
Fools! And your father smelled of elderberries. Why don't you air fry us up some dates and deets for this week's episode?
Alrighty. As previously stated, we will be bondaging our way into the 14th episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 7, the 136th episode of the series overall, First Date. Our credited writer for this episode is Jane Espenson, and our credited director is David Grossman. Our original broadcast air date was February 11th, 2003 on the now defunct UPN network. Our Nielsen rating for this episode, 2.6, ranking it 99 out of the 135 primetime shows airing across network television that week, and number 4 out of the 11 shows airing in prime time on UPN that week. Our regular cast, as always, includes Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Emma Caulfield as Anya, Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn, James Marsters as Spike, and Allison Hannigan as Willow. Our guest stars this week include Anthony Stewart Head as Giles, Ashanti as Lisa, Danny Strong as Jonathan, Tom Lenk as Andrew, Ira Lemon as Kennedy, Sarah Hagen as Amanda, Christy Wu as Chao-Ahn, Katie Aubert as Nikki, D.B. Woodside as Principal Wood, and Rob Nagel as Robson. My synopsis this week reads: Buffy accepts an invitation to dinner from Principal Wood, and the secrets of his past are revealed. Xander impresses a beautiful girl with his knowledge of knots, as she seems to be interested in tying him up. Meanwhile, the First contacts Andrew in another attempt to destroy the Potentials, and Giles finds himself tongue-tied with the new potential, Chao-Ahn.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for stealing mine again this week.
Yeah, really?
Word for word.
Okay. Where am I?
Do you hear what I hear?
We open with Giles and the Potentials on patrol, and he's regaling them with the story of how he saved himself from the Bringers in Robson's flat that tried to sneak up on him and kill him. Neglecting to mention the fact that it was actually their squeaky shoes that gave them away and gave him an advantage to his escape. As he's talking, Spike tackles him out of nowhere because he's still under the impression that Giles may have been the First. Of course, Giles tells him that if he was the First, then it wouldn't have been prudent to physically attack him anyway, and proceeds to ask Spike how come he's not in pain himself, at which point Buffy, who was with Spike, informs Giles that she directed the initiative to remove the chip from Spike's head. And that's our cold open. Wolf Howl, roll credits.
Okay. Got problems already.
Okay. Lay it on me, bro.
Okay. First of all, this isn't a problem, but I just want to bring up, he straight up decapitated that motherfucking Bringer.
Oh, yeah.
With that big ass fucking, like, barbarian double-headed axe. He straight decapitates that mother. And then he got the quickening.
And then he did.
Like, it was crazy.
Yes.
It was crazy.
One of my biggest disappointments with Highlander is that Ash was in an episode early on, but he didn't play an immortal.
Yeah. And he had a shitty... They made it... For some reason, they decided, let's have him do an American accent.
Yeah.
But then have his son not be American? It was a lot of weirdness going on there. So... Okay. How long are we thinking... How do I word it? Like, what's the time period between, in universe, between the last episode and this episode?
Oh, God, dude. I don't know. This whole season, I can't even get a handle on, like, how long it's been since the first episode.
Okay. Well, I only ask because how does Spike not know that they have already, verified that Giles is not the First? Literally everyone else knows.
Right.
And Spike lives in the same fucking house.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes no sense. The fact that the fact that these shows regularly, and this isn't just a Buffy issue, it's like across the board on a lot of shows, don't give us any sort of solid time frame for how long it's been between events, it irritates the hell out of me.
Well, you would think it would have to have at least been, I don't know, a couple of days, because Spike just had major brain surgery.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And nobody thought to fill Spike in. Well, first of all, now wait a minute. I just thought of this. Someone would have had to have told Spike after the fact that they thought he could be the first. But was not in on that conversation.
Right. Which means that the only people that were in on that conversation were Xander, Anya, Dawn, and Andrew. So
yes.
That means after the fact, one of those four would have had to tell Spike and neglected to mention the fact that they proved he wasn't the first.
But dude, we thought Giles got killed and that he was the first. However, we have verified that he is in fact Giles.
Right.
But they didn't bother. They're just like, dude, Giles is the first.
Right.
So that makes it even dumber.
Yes.
Oh, man. Now I regret that I even thought of that.
Because apparently Buffy was filled in on it, but told he's not the first.
Yeah. James. What is... Talk about phoning in, these writers phoning some shit in. So later on, Giles confronts Buffy. They're telling... Dude, he's being so douchey. And this is one of the few times where I've ever... disagreed with Giles, but also just kind of felt like, you're being a little bit of a catty bitch here, but he's just belly aching about the fact that she had the chip taken out. And she's like, listen, he has a soul now. B, I'm fucking here, and I think I have proven I can kick Spike's ass like anytime I want. And she says a perfect thing, which was actually a really good line. Something along the lines of, he can never better himself if we don't give him a chance to.
Right.
You know, she's like, he's on a leash. You know, and then as she goes to leave, Giles is like, well, I hope you're right, because you're gambling with a lot of people's lives. And I'm like, whoa. Slow down there, fucking Clint Eastwood. What, do you want to go fucking execute him all of a sudden? He lived in your house, bro. And I get it. He had the chip, but I don't know. He's just, to me, he's being very catty and cuntish about this whole thing. Like, at this point in time, you need every motherfucking hand you can get, since you're fighting the original primordial evil of the planet.
Right.
But you're going to have a belly fucking ache about... It just seems so overblown to me. And then that parting shot he gives her when she leaves, like, well, you're gambling with a lot of people's lives. I would have came back in that room and been like, listen, bitch. First of all, nobody asked you to bring your fucking tea-sipping ass back here. And second of all, since I'm the leader of all of this, if you don't like it, you can fuck back off to fucking jolly old England. Man, I'm never against Giles, but I'm sorry. This was stupid.
I think it's something too, like, because, so at this point, there's also, you have to factor in, like, the angel aspect of it too. Like, no one was ever like, fucking, like, they were all like, oh, he's got a soul. Okay,
well, then he's nothing to worry about.
Right. So
he had no problem with Angel.
Right.
You know, but now, this is Spike. Yeah, way weaker than Angel, can be easily defeated. I wouldn't, what's there to worry about?
Right.
Has proven that all of his plans normally fail.
Right. Even when he was evil and unchipped, like,
he was not good at it.
Right.
Yeah. But all of a sudden, man, Giles is like, you are fucking with us, you know? I don't know. So, yeah. So, we cut to school. Buffy's back in school, by the way. In high school. It was decided that she is so dumb that she has to go back to high school.
She had to repeat high school.
From the beginning, from 9th grade on. No, she's trying to hunt for clues about Principal Wood because there was an earlier conversation with, I think I skipped over it, but I don't care, that she was having with, was it Willow? Yeah, I think it was Willow. No. I don't know. She had an earlier conversation basically telling whoever it was, like, you know, Principal Wood, he's kind of sus. Like, I want to do a little digging on him and figure out what's up. And,
yeah,
you know, so she's now in her little, well, it's not an office, but she's in the outer office, and she sees Principal Wood's not there. So she goes into his office and closes the door, and no one says anything. I'm like, that tracks. And she's looking around, and she's going through, like, files on his principal desk. And I'm like, do you think he's going to keep a file at his work that says, like, P.S., kill Buffy? You know what I'm like? I'm like, what are you doing?
She's going to pick up a file, and it's going to be, like, on the little tab, it's going to be, like, evil plans.
Right. And then you flip it open, it's going to be, like, to do. Kill Buffy.
yeah.
Torture her friend. You know, it's like, what are you looking for there? And then she literally looks up and she's like, where would I hide something if it was evil? And there's this, like, built-in cabinet in the office there. And she's like, oh, this must be it. Yeah. And she goes over to it and she's just about to open it when Principal Wood comes in and he's like, bitch, what? Whoa! Okay. Why are you in my office with my door shut, about to open the cabinet where I keep where I keep my personal belongings? Yeah. So it's a really weird, like, and then she's like, oh, I was looking for file folders and mechanical pencils.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? The first thing would have been like, bitch, no, you're not. Like, number one, why would you come into my office to find those things?
Right. Does my office look like the supply closet?
Yeah, because he literally says, well, the supply closet's out in the outer office where those things are kept. Are you fucking stupid? And she's like, yes. And he's like, I know you are. And then he hits her. And she's like, I deserve that. And he's like, you deserve more, bitch. So... And then it gets even weirder. Out of literally nowhere. He's like, so anyway, skipping over the finding you snooping thing, what are you doing tonight? And she's all like, how did she, oh yeah, she's like, planning for tomorrow's counseling sessions. And he's like, no, really. And she's like, oh, watching the reality show about a millionaire bachelor or some shit. And he's like, oh, God, that almost makes me not want to ask this. But, and then she's like, yeah, that'd be sweet. And I'm like, there's so many things wrong. Like, first of all, where did that come from? At what point in these 14 episodes have either of these two individuals shown even a remote interest in the other in a romantic way? Or even a let's be friends way?
Yeah.
Well, the answer is none. Never. It's not happened. But all of a sudden, he's asking her out, and she's all like, and I'm like, what is happening here, man? And so, yeah, she agrees. And then, you know, we cut back to the house, and she's talking with Willow, and, you know...
Well, before you go on, I do want to mention that, so she leaves... And then he opens up that cabinet.
Oh, yeah. He opens up the cabinet, and there's a whiteboard there. And it's like, well, that's perfectly fucking normal. Well, then he raises the whiteboard. It's almost like mayor, what's his face, that had like this death cabinet.
Right.
He lifts up the whiteboard and exposes a bunch of really shitty mall ninja fucking weapons that you would never want to use in any real way at all, ever, for any reason. But this is his armory, and he takes out this crisp bladed knife, which a crisp knife or sword is, a wavy, or flamberge they call sometimes. Mm-hmm. He's got one of those knives, and it's all covered in blood, and he takes out a handkerchief and cleans the blood off, and then puts the blade back where it goes. Because when you have an armory, you need to have a little hangy hook for each
right.
murder weapon.
Right.
Buffy just throws her shit into a chest, but all these other people, they're like, I'm going to build a very meticulous hangy board for my murder weapons. And then, of course, he has to stand there for a while and like give the camera this eye, like, I can't wait to get her out tonight because I'm gonna fucking gut her like a fish. And then it's like doo doo doo, and then we cut to the house, and Buffy's telling Willow, but she's like, like I was saying, I was gonna do a little bit of research on him, but now he's invited me out, and it's like I'm so into him. Oh my god. And Willow's like, it becomes so cheesy because Willow's like, well, are you just doing this, to continue the research, or are you, like, interested? And she's like, I think I'm interested. I'm like, no, that's fucking bullshit. Never has this been a thing. Ever. In 5 minutes ago, it became a thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I think I am, and he's handsome, and I'm like, is he? Like, I can't judge dudes, obviously, but I'm like, he just looks like Black Mr. Clean. Like, literally, down to the earrings. So I don't know. I'm like, whatever. Okay, so he's handsome, and then she's like, he's smart, and he's well-read. I'm like, is he? How would you know this? You guys have had, like, 4 conversations all combined that lasted about 2.5 minutes. But she's just like, oh, he's handsome, he's smart, he's well-read. I'm like, yeah, you don't know any of that. Fuck off. And then Willow's like, oh, shit, somebody's about to get down. And Buffy's like, shut up. And she's like, I want to tell everybody about you holding Kennedy's hands under the table, and you don't think any of us know it. And about that time, Xander comes in, and he's like, I got great news. And Buffy's like, I got a date. And he's like, no, I got a date. And wait a minute, what the fuck?
Yeah, let's talk about how Xander met this woman.
How? That's not even in the goddamn. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to give this one to you, James, because it's so fucking stupid and ridiculous. I'm going to let you eviscerate it.
So Xander's, like...
Home Depot.
A hardware store. Essentially the Home Depot. Or Lowe's or Menards, whatever. And
Wait. Before you go on, this is a legitimate question. At the very opening of this scene, what the fuck is happening? What is he doing?
I have no idea.
There's a guy with a wet saw, or no, was it a... It might have been a chop saw. Whatever, he's running this saw, this guy, and there's all these people just standing around watching it, and they're at, like, the Home Depot.
Yeah.
But it's never explained. Like, what are you... Is this a demonstration? Is this your friend? Are you all just... What's happening?
Are you just chilling? Like,
yeah, like...
what's going on?
He's even got safety glasses. I'm like, what... Does he work at the Home Depot now? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I don't get it.
So yeah, he's watching with a bunch of other customers at this home improvement store. Watch this employee's cutting like pipe, and they're all just watching him do it. And so Xander notices this woman looking at rope. So he walks over and he's like, do you need help? You look kind of confused. And she's like, well, you're not wearing a green apron. And he's like, and he goes, confused but randomly observant. And she's like, you don't work here, right? And he's like, no, I'm just helpful. And he introduces himself and she introduces herself, and this is Lisa. And she's like, I guess I could use some help. I'm trying to figure out what kind of rope. And Xander's like, well, it's what you need it. It depends on what you need it for. Something functional, like around the house, or, recreational. And, like, she gives him this, like, look, but she fucking, like, grins at him. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, I don't, like, what is happening right now? Like, if, like, literally, if you said this to a woman at a Home Depot, like, you would be, security would get involved. Like, what the fuck is happening right now? So then, so he's like, for example, like boating or mountain climbing, and he's like, not for tying someone up for sexy, funky fun. And I'm just like, what? Like, what?
He doubled down.
Right, he did. He was like, it's literally, Xander was like, I'm already creepy, might as well go full in. Like, so,
by the way, I might have ejaculated in my pants. Don't look.
So she's like, I have a kayak, and he makes a comment about, like, oh, still random, I like it. And she explains that she needs to sorry, excuse me. She explains that she needs to store her kayak, and she was thinking maybe she could suspend it from the ceiling in her garage with some kind of rope and pulley system. And he's like, it's not a bad plan, but you'll need stronger rope than that. And then he asks her out for coffee, and she's like, hold on, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, James is suckling from his bottle and throwing up onto the microphone.
Yeah. So then he asks her out for coffee, and she's like, the fuck, excuse me? And then he's like, well, you're not the only one that gets to be random. And that's how he met this woman.
Yeah, and she's like totally into it.
Yep.
It's that fucking scene is so goddamn ridiculous. Anyway, so going back to where I left off, Xander comes in and he's like, I got a Buffy's like, I got a date, and he's like, no, I got a date. And then she's like, oh, are we going out with each other? And Xander's like, are we? And then she's like, I guess, because we're really dumb. And so they do. No. And the episode ends.
That's the end of the episode. Buffy and Xander go on a date, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, and Willow's all like, okay, you guys are fucked up. Upstairs, Buffy's getting dressed for dinner, and she's wearing some type of negligee top. I mean, she's like has regular like jeans or whatever on, but she's got this weird, I don't know shit about women's clothes, so I don't know what the fuck. It looks like a bra, except it's a shirt. It's like a bra shirt. And she's talking with Anya. And Anya is fucking beating her ass, just fucking her up. And I'm like, what happened? No. Yeah, so she's talking with Anya in the bathroom, and Anya's trying to get out something off this one shirt. She's like, I don't know if it's blood or pizza sauce, but I can't do anything. Literally, all she's doing is like standing up there rubbing it. And then she's like, oh, I can't fix it. And Buffy's like, oh, that's okay. Thanks for trying. And she's wearing this weird thing because when she leaves the bathroom, By the way, Anya's all butthurt because Xander's going on a date, um, which is just kind of weird. But so when she leaves the bathroom, and Anya's like, "Well, you might as well go because I'm gonna pee," and I was like, "What?"
That's something else. Since you brought it up, like, let's touch on this briefly. I'm over the Xander Anya crap. Already.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you're not going to put them back together, then can one of them die?
Yeah, like
it's enough already. Yeah, enough is enough. Anyway, so Buffy leaves the bathroom and she runs into Spike, and he knows about the date and shit, but he's cool. He's like, "Listen, I get it. You don't have to say anything. Everything's fine." He's like, "I see clearly now." Like, he's like, "I don't know what I was expecting, a crypt for two and a white picket fence." And he's like, and he says, "Never liked white picket fences anyway. They're really dangerous." And she's like, "Okay." But she says to him in that scene, she's like, when they first kind of come face to face, she's like, "I know people normally wear something over the." I was like, "Please say what it is," and she doesn't. So that left me sad, James. Very sad. Because I wanted to know what you call that. I call it a brawl shirt. Because it looked like a brawl. It did, but it was a shirt. So I don't know. So Andrew we now cut down to the kitchen, and Andrew is. I love fucking Andrew's the only thing that makes this season palatable.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I'm just gonna put this out there right now. Andrew is like the best thing about this season.
Andrew should have had his own fucking spinoff after Buffy ended. The Andrew Show.
Right. Or take him over to Angel for some reason. Figure out how to work him in over there. Him and Clem.
Yeah. Yes. Him and Clem. Oh, the Andrew and Clem Show. Dude. Anyway, so he's in the kitchen trying to set up a new microwave because if you recall, the previous microwave was utterly destroyed in the episode where Dawn's where mom, all that bullshit. So he's setting up a new microwave and he's reading the manual and he says, "How to get the most out of your new microwave." And he's like, "Oh, I like this." He's just such a dork. And then what appears but Jonathan? Well, it's the first in the form of Jonathan. Ames J, I think one of the things that annoys me about the first in this season, well, number one, it's clearly nothing because they defeat it. But anyway, the thing that really annoys me is the first should have had a form of its own instead of just having to constantly appear as like other dead people. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So when he really wanted to, like, he, she, it, whatever, really wanted to get its point across, it could be like, "Dude, look at me. Look at me.
Right.
Imagine me when I'm going to be corporeal. I'm going to fuck you. See this horn? I'm going to put this into your fucking butthole.
This horn's going to go right in your butthole.
Right. This one over here, urethra. Imagine it. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But anyway.
I kind of brought this up earlier in the season. Like, they keep wasting this idea that the first can turn into anyone who's dead on, like, Warren and Jonathan and Buffy because Buffy's died before. And, like, at other times it just turns into potential slayers that it's killed already. And it's like, none of this, like... Go ahead, what were you going to say?
No, I'm just going to say, I just thought of something as you're saying that. Why did it never... why has it never decided to become Spike?
It did at one point. It was if you remember in one episode, it was Spike. took in the form of Spike and was taunting Spike.
Well, what I mean is, why not become Spike?
To like fuck with Buffy,
to fuck with the household,
right?
You know,
and listen, I get part of it. Like what I'm going to say next is because they were on different networks. Angel, if I recall correctly, when we did conversations with dead people, we both agreed that Joyce was the first appearing to Dawn.
Yeah.
Like why not be Joyce more often? Why,
because it clearly worked on Dawn.
Right. Like I don't get why we keep cycling through. Like, I mean, I get from a real world standpoint why, but come on.
Yeah. It's weak is what it is. And here's my other question about the first. Whenever it sent all those bringers to like attack the house and shit, like that was super fucking successful. Why not do that just over and over and over?
Right.
Like, why just being like, okay, I'm just gonna pull little pranks and stuff in the meantime? Like, you're the ultimate evil, and your most ultimate evilness is to be like, I'm going to appear as a dead person and say weird things to you. Like...
Here's another question for you. Why haven't they attacked Faith in prison yet?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially considering she's probably like... wait, is she in prison or is she in a mental place for the criminally insane?
No, she's in prison.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. But the Bringers attacking the house was damn near successful. Like, why not just call in all the Bringers and be like, here's the plan, fuckfaces. I'm going to send wave after wave after wave of you until you finally murder these motherfuckers. Because there's not that many of them in there. And only like 2 of them can fight.
Right.
So I'm thinking the odds are going to be in my favor.
And like with the Faith thing, like you don't even have to show it. Like I get that Eliza Dushku was off doing like whatever at that time. I think
Alias or something.
No, I think it might have been Dollhouse, the other Joss Whedon show, or True Calling, one of those 2 shows. But like, just even have it even just mentioned, like. Like it's a pretty big plot hole that there's a whole nother fucking Slayer out there that nobody has mentioned.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of plot holes, but just to finish this thought and everything.
Go on.
Fucking, we're 14 episodes into this season, and the first evil has been pretty fucking impotent.
Yeah.
Like... There have been... Okay, there was a robot guy with a floppy drive in his titty who was more like menacing than the first most primordial evil of the planet. I don't know. Anyway. So Jonathan appears to Andrew, and he's trying to mind fuck him again, basically, and... So the big plan is he wants him to go and find where the gun is that Willow got in the last episode. Because for reasons they would have kept a firearm in the house. Go find that gun, Andrew, that Willow got in our previous episode. And and what I want you to do is such a stupid plan. Get all the potentials... in some kind of area where they can't escape, and I want you to Columbine them. That's that's the plan. That's the plan of the most primordial evil. Yep. That is his plan. Its plan. Columbine these bitches.
This is the fucking problem with deciding that your big bad is gonna not be able to take corporeal form.
Yeah.
And on top of that, not be able... Like, why can't the first, like, make people's heads fucking explode or something? Like, I don't...
Yeah. Why can't he have some kind of power
Right.
other than talking shit? Because that's all he's done for 14 episodes is talk smack.
Yes.
Like, dude, I'm the fucking first Eve. I'm gonna fuck everything. You know what? I'm blowing you away because you're not even real. Go.
Right. Like what? How exactly are you evil? You do nothing. Like what?
Yeah.
What is?
We have dealt with single episode demons that are fucking badder than you, Mr. First Evil.
Right.
The hyena pack from the pack was more fucking scary than you are.
Yes.
Okay, and they were hyenas. So anyway, that's the plan. And it's a stupid plan, of course. Then we cut to Buffy and Principal Wood walking for some reason down a dark, deserted Sunnydale death alley. And Buffy is clearly because she even says, she's like, this is really weird. Why are we here? And he's like, oh, the restaurant's this way. It's just down this way a little further. And I'm like, is it? Why would the entrance to a restaurant be in the middle of a crack alley? Just about that time, 74 vampires come out of nowhere from every possible direction. And a giant fracas ensues. Buffy manages to dust, I don't know, 5 or 13, I don't fucking know. And then when she dusts the last one, she turns to Wood and she's like, you son of a bitch, you set me up. But then he's fighting two other vampires, and he dusts them. And she's like, what? And I was like,
And we as the audience are like, what?
Yeah. And then we all were like, we don't really care, honestly.
Right. And then, we were like, what? Don't care.
What in the... I'm taking a nap. So he's like, the restaurant really is right there. And there's a restaurant or in a fucking alley. Fuck off. And it's this super fancy French restaurant. I'm like, is it? Because I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's a crack den. He's taking her to a crack den. They go into a crack den, James.
They go into a crack den. It's it
is a 100% crack den. So they're eating and talking, and he tells his story, of which is so... I don't know how to... I'm not going to say his backstory is stupid, but it's really dumb. Like, it's just really kind of meh. He's like, you're the Slayer. And she's like, you knew? And he's like, I did. And she's like, how do you know about Slayers? And he's like, well, my mom was one. And she's like, oh, I didn't know Slayers had kids. I'm like, at what point was it ever stated that a Slayer couldn't have a kid? When did,
Well, okay, so not to defend anything in this season, but I think her point more so was like she didn't realize that any Slayers had lived long enough to have kids.
Dude, she could have had him before she got called to be the Slayer.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just saying I don't understand why why she's like, what? It's like, dude, this was the 70s, Chicks were having kids when they were like 13 in the 70s. Like, what are you talking about? Let's see. So, yeah, and, his mom was the Slayer, and then she got killed when he was, I think he said he was like 4 or something like that. Yeah. And then her watcher took him in for some reason. Clearly a child molester, and raised him. And that's how he's learned to, fight, and he knows all about the demons and vampires and yada yada. And it's a really, it's it almost would have been more interesting if he would have just been evil or, you know, some type of evildoer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this story is just kind of like, wah, 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 nobody cares. So he's like, and then he's like, something big's coming, and that's how I maneuvered myself into this job, and that's why I'm here in Sunnydale, because I know something big's coming, and I want to be here when it does. And I'm like, you do really? Because I'm just saying, if it were me, I'd be like, dude, so and so told me some crazy shit's going down at the Hellmouth. I'm going to Switzerland, because fuck that. But you know, he's a badass, so he's basically like, he's a freelancer. I'm like, okay. So meanwhile, Xander's at the coffee shop, and his date Lisa shows up, and he's like, "Oh, you came?" And she's like, "Yeah. Did you think I was going to stand you up?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, have you seen me?" And then she's like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a red eye. It's black coffee with a shot of espresso." And he says espresso, and it fucking pisses me off. I hate when people say that.
It's so funny you brought that up, because Darlene and I had this conversation just yesterday.
Yeah.
I accidentally said mascarpone cheese instead of I put an extra R in there.
Yeah.
And she was like, no. And I was like
no.
And I was like, I get it, because when people say espresso, it drives me insane.
Me too.
I'm like, no, it's espresso. Like, what?
There is no X in the word. There never has been, and there never will be.
Yes.
As a former coffee addict and fanatic and barista, that fucking drives me insane. And the fact that they let him say it and they left it in there. Because if I had been directing that scene, I'd have been like, cut. What the fuck did you just say? Did you say espresso? Security, rough him up. You know? God, I hate that. So anyway, he's like, oh, it's black coffee with a shot of espresso. And she's like, oh, let me see. And he's trying to stop her, but she just grabs it and takes a drink. And she's like, that's cocoa. And he's like, well, I'm a little bit of a bitch. And she's like, I know. So then she orders an actual red eye and has completely emasculated him at this point. Let's see. Oh, so then they're conversating. Things are going odd, but I guess good. And then he's like, I should have took you on a better date than this. And she's like, well, I do know something else we could do that would be more fun. And he is instantly naked right there in the coffee shop. He's just like, boom, like no human being could strip faster than he did. And no, what do we cut to there? We cut to, because she says that, and then because these are not written correctly. She says that, and then we cut to fuck it, I'll just do it like it's written. We cut to, he is now there in the basement of the school, and she has him tied. Why is that goddamn thing still down there over the seal of fucking Poop Dick or whatever his name is? Why is the death wheel of Doom still there? Like,
because nobody knows it's there
except everybody, including Buffy and Principal Wood, because he's already reburied the goddamn seal. Jesus Christ, this drives me crazy. So she has him on the tree of woe and has his shirt off, and then she reveals that she is in fact a demon, as he has been assuming since the beginning and trying to ignore, but and that she's working for the First, and that she wants to open up the sea. He's like, you don't know what you're doing. She's like, yeah, I do. If I bleed you and it gets on there, then that opens, and when a new revamp comes out. And he's like, okay, well, I'll just be quiet. At which point she pulls down this pretty stupid looking dagger that's utterly fucking dumb looking and totally would never exist in the real world, and skewers him. Like, the blood that is coming out of this wound is enough, like, he would have bled out in 35 seconds. But he is bleeding like a stuck pig. And it's going all over the seal of poop dick. Let's see. I'm just trying to get through this. Andrew, we cut to Andrew, who's going to the first, and shows him the gun inside of I don't know why, but he has it inside of a paper sack. And he's like, look, here's the gun. And the first is like, cool, dude. Okay, start Columbining people. And then he realizes that he's like, are you wired? And Andrew is in fact wired like an FBI informant. I don't understand this at all. Willow, let's see, it's Willow, is it Anya and Dawn are sitting at like the dining room table, and they're listening in on the conversation and trying to record. I'm like, why? Right. Why would this even be something that you would need to do? You've all talked to the first, like, right, anyway. Right.
Oh, and Kennedy, that stupid bitch. She's there.
Oh, yeah, that dum-dum, yeah. At which point, the first is like, you piece of shit. And Andrew's like, see, haha, I'm good. I'm not going to help you. And he's like, drat! First evil foiled again! So then he becomes like this mangled up version of him looking self. And he's like, you're going to spend the rest of eternity in pain and blah, 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 blah. It's just...
But we also find out that the first can't be recorded.
Well, why would they think they could? He's not corporeal. Like, why would they be like, dude, let's totally get this fucker on fucking cassette?
Because all they're hearing is Andrew talking.
Right. Until the first starts talking, he has the power to intercom himself, apparently, to everyone that he wants to.
Right. Yeah. Like, of course you can't hear. He's only making himself visible and audible to Andrew. Like, of course you can't hear him.
Right.
Dumb.
And why would you need to? Because it's not like he has anything. He has talked and fucked with every single one of you. Like,
right.
What is it you think? Ooh, we're going to get him on tape.
They're trying to trick the first into giving up any weaknesses it has.
Yeah, so they have Andrew real surreptitiously asking, so do you have any weaknesses that we should know about? Yeah. It's so... And even the first is a little like, what? Why are you asking so many questions? Instead of being like, bro, you know.
Right. The first is like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, why would you want to know if... Why would I tell you that I'm super allergic to fucking cilantro?
Shellfish.
Oh, okay. So anyway, then the first is like, you're all gonna die, blah, 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 and he vanishes. Who cares? After he vanishes, Willow gets a text message with a... Oh, God, here we go again. More stupidity. With a code. Apparently she and Xander some years ago had set up a code, even though, James... It was so long ago that they set up this code. Cell phones would not have existed and did not exist. But they set this code up years ago so that they could text each other. So this code that he sends her, which, by the way, how did he do that? He's all chained up to the tree of woe and he's bleeding. So how did he send the text message? That drove me crazy. But he sent the text message to Willow, and she doesn't know if the code means I'm getting down and dirty, don't call me for a while, or a demon is trying to kill me. But they all seem kind of nonchalant about it. They're all like, I wonder which one it is. So anyway, they all rush out. Spike goes to find Buffy to tell Buffy so she can go help Xander. And he's like, her scent's probably still fresh. I'm like, ugh, that's ugh. He's like, I'll just follow her. So what is he like walking through town going? So he just, at one point, Principal Wood's like feeding her something. It looked like snail balls or something because it's French. And she like looks up, and then Spike is literally just creepily, silently standing there. And she's like, and he's like, hey, Xander's in trouble. It's just weird. So, of course, they all fuck off to go there. They're driving. Principal Wood is driving them. Here's another thing that drives me crazy, dude. I know I'm nitpicking, but god damn it. They're driving in Principal Wood's car to the high school, which... Did they ever explain how they knew... How do they know where they're at? Oh, yeah. Spike did say that Willow did a locating spell. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
But, however, they're driving along. They're like, oh, man. Buffy's like, oh, we gotta get there soon. She's like, how much further is it? God damn it. How long have you lived in Sunnydale, bitch? Why don't you look out the fucking window? You know where the goddamn school is. You know everything in Sunnydale. You can't take a glance out and go, that should be about 10 more minutes. Like, what the fuck? Is she blind? Anyway, they finally get there. At which point I'm sawing at my wrist with anything I can find. They rush in. Buffy starts fighting the demon chick, who just houses fucking... Like, Spike is fucking useless anymore. He goes in, because he goes in too, and she just like 1-2 fucking okie dokes him, and he's fucking KO'd. And I didn't see... Well, Principal Wood doesn't really do anything. He just runs over to Xander and uses like a 2-inch Swiss Army knife to start sawing away at these fucking ropes. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you had a knife in that cabinet bigger than your fucking arm. Why'd you bring this fucking thing? So he's cutting Xander down, and he gets Xander away from the seal before it opens fully. Although an Uber arm does stick out and grab Wood by the leg. He gets free, and when the thing slams closed, it cuts the fucker's arm off. I was like, lol, he's going to be shitty. Finally, after a time that was just way too long of her fighting this demon bitch, she straight up decapitates it. Like, there's been a lot of decapitation here lately. She cuts its fucking head off, at which time it takes its true form, which was fucking hideous. And Principal Wood noticed during the fight that Spike is in fact a vampire. He even says it out loud. He goes, he's a vampire. I'm like, are you one of those people that can't just think your thoughts? You have to say them? No sound from you, James. Nothing. Let's see. Yeah, notice the Spike's a vampire. I think you're back now. I'm hearing squeaky stuff. What?
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay.
What'd you try to say there?
Like, don't you have any internal monologue? Like,
yeah. Everything has to be said out loud.
Like, what?
He's a vampire. I don't think I like him. I'd really like to fuck her tonight. Too bad this all happened. He's like, wait a minute, am I saying this all out loud?
Right. He's like, he's a vampire, and Buffy cares about him. I don't like him because he's a vampire, and because Buffy apparently cares about him. I guess I'm not getting laid tonight. Everyone's just looking at him, and he's like, oh, shit, again?
He's like, it's like the Homer. Like, Homer always does that.
I don't know. I've never watched The Simpsons.
So, I had a stroke. What'd you say?
I said I've never watched The Simpsons.
Oh my god. This fucking guy always telling me I need to watch all these fucking CW shows and shit, and he's never watched The Simpsons? What the fuck over here?
I watch good shows.
Oh yeah, The Simpsons isn't good. Where did I leave off? Okay. So later on at the house, Giles and Spike aren't quite happy that Andrew and Willow tried to record the first and they're like, it was so dangerous. Really? Was it? What was dangerous about? What's he gonna do? Tell me what he's gonna do. What's he gonna do, Giles? Tell me.
Talk to you to death?
Yeah, is he gonna be mean to me verbally?
He's gonna be mean to me.
Is he gonna give me the stink eye? Is that what he's gonna do? It was so dangerous. You guys are fuck off, both of you. Like, Giles, why in this whole episode you're just a total cunt? Dawn compliments Andrew on his bravery and standing up to it finally and blah blah blah. And he's like, "You're a peach," and she's like, "Oh." And I'm like, no. Andrew's he's completely gay. You're wasting your time. Let's see. So I don't know. Oh yeah, Spike says, "Why didn't it come after me?" And Andrew's like, "Because it said that it wasn't your time yet." And Spike's like, "Fuck." So it's damn it. They joke about Xander and how this is like the 938th time that he's met a woman who turns out to be a demon that's trying to either kill or eat him. And they're all having a giggle, mate. When Giles interrupts with another cunty monologue about how they're all being too happy and they should be sad and morose and preparing for the fight of their lives. And I'm like, at this point, I'd be like, you know what, Roop? We've been dealing with this guy for about 3 months now, and all he ever does is runs his fucking dick licker. He's done nothing else at all.
But here's the thing. Even it's not just Giles. Like, even Buffy goes on these like mini rants about the first evil and how it's the fight of their lives, and some of them won't survive. And I'm like, why? Like, what has the first done other than summon this Uber vamp one time?
Yeah,
like,
one time.
And
yeah. There's another thing. Why isn't he just spending all of his time telling his bringers, go get random people, cut their fucking throats, leave them over the goddamn gate, and just flood this bitch with Uber vamps? Problem solved. I win.
Yeah, the first evil has done nothing to solidify it as any kind of threat. The bringers, as you pointed out earlier, are more of a threat than the actual first evil itself. At any point, these bringers could be like, the fuck are we taking orders from that thing for?
Yeah, why don't we just kill all these bitches ourselves and just, like, rule the world, you know? Spike in season 1 was more of a threat than the first evil is. Like,
let's not get crazy.
But I'm saying that's how unthreatening the first is. Anyway, later on, Spike and Buffy are talking, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to leave town because I'm a big sad sack." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to, She's like, "Because I'm not ready for you to not be here yet." And he's like, "Oh." I'm like, "God damn it, Buffy. Fucking stop with this shit. Quit fucking prick teasing this bastard." Ugh. Then we cut to Principal Wood's bathroom where he is feverishly masturbating. And I'm like, did we need to see this, like, at all? No, he's in the bathroom brushing his teeth, and he looks up in the mirror, and behind him he sees his mother. But he's pretty cool. He's like, "Yeah, you're not my fucking mother." He's like, "So you're the first. What a douche." Like, he owns He owns this thing the whole time. He like walks right through it like you ain't nothing but a little bitch. And then it's like, hey, you want me to tell you who killed your mom? And he's like, yes, please. And she's like, you fought with him tonight. And you know him. You fought at his side. And he's like, Spike. And she's like, now what do you say? And he's all like, thank you. And I'm like, where did we go from I'm fucking strong, tough, and smart, you're a fucking non-corporeal bitch to, oh, thank you, the first. And then episode credits.
Yeah. Well, and like, I mean, everyone's watched it, so presumably, so you know this. We finally find out that the Slayer that was his mom is the Slayer that Spike killed in New York in the 70s.
Although this is a completely different actress.
Well, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to play everyone's favorite game?
Oh God.
Body count.
There's no way of knowing. I have no idea how many fucking ones they killed. 13.
7.
Okay, not even close.
You were close. You
were only 6 off, bro.
Music. Patty Medina with Still Life, Trembling Blue Stars with Ammunition, and as always, series composer Little Bobby Duncan with our original score.
Little BD!
Little BD! Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please tell me and our lovely audience, on our sliding scale of 1 to 10, how many pop stars looking for a guest spot on a very popular TV show do you give this episode?
What'd you say? Pop stars looking what now?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what...
Ashanti. Huh? She was the girl playing Lisa, Ashanti, she was a pop singer back in the day.
Dude. I didn't know that. I didn't know that she was anybody other than a very shitty actress. Because that's something I forgot to bring up during the episode. I was going to be like, who is this chick that they cast to be this demon girl? Because she's not a good actress at all. And you could tell they made a lot of cuts around her because it's really quick shots of her face and her giving her dialogue and stuff. It's like, ooh, I don't think she was very good. Anyway, I had no idea she was a pop singer. I mean, you could say 1 or 2. I'll give it a 1.5. How about that? So we have something different. It suffers from all the same bullshit as the previous episodes of stupidity, horse shit, crap, mistake after mistake, unexplained stupidity. It's just dumb. And unlike last week's that at least somewhat entertained me, this one did not entertain me at all. I didn't find it interesting at all. Everything was old shtick. You know, Xander's whole thing, old shtick. It's been done 10 times in this show now with him and these women that want to either demon kill him or demon eat him.
Right.
The whole goddamn, hey, Andrew, go along with it so we can record him. We'll turn him into the police. It's like, what do we, stupid. It just, all the plot lines were stupid. Just stupid. And this thing with Principal Wood now, and it's just like, this is, and she's into him. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about anything or anyone in this episode. So it's a 1.5. James, tell us why this episode sucked and how you're only going to give it 1 star.
I mean, we already talked about it. I don't know that it's a 1. I mean, it's got to be pretty bad.
That's why I gave it a 1.5.
So I'll give it a 2 because it's still not the Pack.
True.
again, like everything we talked about, it's just another episode in this season. It's not, we're 14 episodes in now, and there's nothing happening. It's just, yeah. I don't even know what to say. Like, that's how like, you know what? Fuck it. It's a 1. It's a 1. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
You know what? Every episode up until from
you're revising all.
I'm revising every rating for season 7 so far to be a 1.
Okay.
No, but I mean, it's just, man.
You basically feel the way I did during season 4. You're just like, dude, this is fucking horrible. I can't get through this. I want to hurt myself.
I'm glad this is almost over.
Yeah. We're getting there.
If this is how you felt about season 4, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kept trying to tell you. I was like, dude, you don't understand. Now, here's the thing. But the difference with season 4 is there were some good episodes. And they were the episodes that had nothing to do with Adam or the Initiative or Maggie Walsh. So at least there were some good episodes like shoehorned into season 4. Man, in season 7, they're pretty much all just giant popcorn farts.
So I'm having a reverse that I did with, like, I went into season 4 being like, man, this was not a good season. I did not like it. And by the time we were done revisiting it, I was like, season 4 was not nearly as bad as I thought it was. The good episodes outweighed the bad episodes, and I enjoyed this season. I went into season 7 being like I remember enjoying this season, when it aired and I watched it, and now as we're going through it, I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me? This is awful. Like,
did I have no taste at all?
Right. And I think it goes back to what we said a few episodes ago. Like, we knew it was the last season, so we were just lapping up anything they were giving us. And
well, guess what? I think we did the same thing with season 6 of Highlander, bro. Because it was not good, but we lapped it up because we knew, well, this is the fucking end, so, here we go. Let's rock it out. And then when it was over after 12, I don't remember what it was, like 12 episodes, you're like, okay.
We'll see when we get to season 6 of Highlander.
I mean, dude, to be and not to be, those two, God, to finish it all, to wrap it all, come on, bro.
I remember liking To Be and Not to Be.
You need to be seen.
So.
I think maybe now I think maybe you're going to look back differently.
We'll see.
All right, well, anyway, I think we're done with that episode. Yeah. Unless you got anything else you want to say, like any other.
BuffyRevisited.com.
Yeah, it's our website.
It's got our email address, BuffyRevisited@gmail.com. It's got a link to our YouTube where you can watch the video version of this very podcast you're listening to right now. And
if you try to figure that out, your brain's going to explode.
Your brain will explode. Just don't do it. You don't want brain leaking out your ears.
No. Not at all.
Yeah. And that's it.
Anything left to say? Anything you want to wrap up with, James?
No, man. I'm just
no. All right, then. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Join us again next week for Season 7, Episode 15. Get it done. And boy, do I wanna, because this is getting old. And
almost there, buddy.
We're almost there, buddy. Come on, keep it going, buddy. All right, well, we'll see you then, everybody. I've been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
Ta-ta.
Turns with a falling Stay